Alright, what's up, Santa Fe? You guys good or what? Alright, I'm gonna need a little bit more motivation than that. I know it's early, I know it's raining, but this is what you get when you put a bunch of natives together, right? So how are you guys doing? You guys good or what? Alright, thank you guys. So, my name is Herrera, I'm Native American, give it up for me, right? Thank you, I worked very hard on that, you know? I always know when I get off the res because people come up to me and be like, hey, are you still selling, you know? It's like, how dare you assume I'm selling turquoise just because I'm native, right? I work in Albuquerque, trying to get rid of this meth real quick, you know? Buy something or get out of the alley, you know? Alright, too early for meth jokes, let's move on from there. You guys see my necklace? You see my necklace? You guys like it? It's authentic turquoise, man. Got it from a Filipino guy, you know? So as a native who comes from the res, I guess you can say I come from a very nice gated community, you know? The barbed wire fence around my house, you know? I'm actually 3 tribes in one. I'm Pueblo, I'm Navajo, my beard is Apache, right? Oh no, Apache's in the crowd, alright. Actually, the 3rd tribe I represent, I come from the Makah Nation. Anyone here from the Makah Nation? Anybody? No, just me, that's fine. That's usually how it goes. So we recently found out because my mom was adopted by a couple of white parents when she was younger, so they wanted the Indian souvenir and they got it, you know what I mean? This was long before the Indian Child Welfare Act. For those of you who do not know what ICWAD is, it basically prevents Angelina Jolie coming and adopting our kids. That's what that does, you know? I don't know if you guys know, but it's hard being native, man. We have all this stuff we have to worry about. We got to keep our culture going. We got to worry about water rights. We have to worry if the girl we're dating is our cousin, you know? People dating their cousins today? Is that what that is, you know? No, that's why we have to make family trees, man. We're not trying to keep the family going. We're just trying to see who's available, you know what I mean? So, like, a big part of being native or a person of color really is just answering stupid questions that people ask you, you know? I was walking to Plaza earlier today, this lady came up to me. I knew she was going to say something weird because she was wearing turquoise too, you know? So, like, she feels like she brought it from my cousin or something, right? She came up to me, she's like, hey, sir, how are you doing? I was like, don't say how, that's offensive. So I really think, no, I'm just kidding, I'm doing good, how are you? She's like, I'm doing okay, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, go for it. And this is what she said, she's like, I don't know if I should say this. I'm like, bro, let's pause it real quick. If you have to open with that to a complete stranger, don't ask the question, you know? Like, go ahead, ask your question, and this is what she said, this is a true story. She's like, do you sit Indian style? I was like, lady, everything I do is Indian style, okay? I ain't got no choice in the matter, you know? So to be fair to her, she did have a strong follow-up. She's like, how do you celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day? I was like, alright, that's a good question, you know? So I don't know if you guys know, but we don't celebrate Columbus Day here no more. We celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. Did you guys know that? That's right, man. We're not going to celebrate some European on his yacht, you know? Hitchhiking on the open ocean. Typical man, didn't ask for directions, you know? I love how all the men look down at that, you know? So this is how I celebrate. So there's a lot of Native people here. Feel free to use this. The way I celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day is I find a random white person, I go to their house, and I do not leave, you know? If I'm in a good mood, I'll sell it back to them after, you know? That's why I want to open up a real estate agency, call it Manifest Destiny, getting our land back one foreclosure at a time, right? Alright, thank you. So as a person that comes from the res, when you reach a certain age, people just start coming up to you for advice. And part of our culture is you just freely give, you know? You don't put any requirements, you just freely give the advice. So my cousin came to me the other day, he asked me a question. He's like, hey, do you know how to give an Indian burn? You guys remember that? Indian burns? You guys remember that? Yeah? Yeah, that's right, man. I was like, yeah. He's like, can you show me? I was like, sure. So I pushed him in the fireplace, you know? You gotta teach them when they're young, right? So like a lot of people who come from low-income communities, I'm the first in my family to graduate, you know? I usually hold for applause there, but that's okay, you know? It's still early, right? Still getting your coffee fix. I graduated from Head Start, you know? For white people, that's preschool, just FYI, you know? Got my diploma right next to my macaroni R, you know? I was going to college for a while. I was going to get my bachelor's of science, and then I realized that after I graduate, I'll have a big BS that follows my name, and I feel like I'd lose all credibility, you know what I mean? Of course, when you go to school, you got to do odd jobs, you know? So I used to be a stripper for diabetics. My stage name was Sweet and Low, you know? After the show, we do shots of insulin together, right? Alright, thank you. Let's see, so I feel like every mechanic I've ever met is racist. They all say the exact same thing to me. This engine needs some work. I got an 8 to 5, everybody, you know? I actually work at an all-native school with all-native teachers with native students. I love that job. Give it up for that alone, man, you know what I mean? We're taking the schools back, you know? Man, we just talk smack about history all day, you know what I mean? Man, founding fathers ain't found shit, dude, you know? And Boston Tea Party, just a bunch of white people cosplaying as natives, let's be real, you know? If they're real natives, they would have stole that tea and sold it back to them at a bingo or bake sale or something, right? I love the unpopular opinion. I wish the British would have won. I feel like that red coat looked good on my red skin, you know? And then you would have natives with English accents. I think that would just be badass, you know what I mean? You guys want some crumpets or what? God save the Queen, you know? Alright. So as a native, there's a few things you will not see natives doing, right? Like you'll never see natives farming almond milk. You know what I mean? They're like so confused, like how do you milk it? Where's the teats? How do you feed the almonds, you know? Another thing you might never see natives do is join ISIS. You guys know what ISIS is? Yeah? Alright, usually I have to clarify for my native folks because they think I'm talking about a snow cone or something, right? Oh, I like the blueberry ISIS. You bring me some of the blueberry ISIS, that's my favorite. It's a taste explosion, you know? Alright, man. No, we couldn't do that, man. But I guess if we did go that route, if we did join ISIS, the names could work, you know? Oh, there's Mohammed Bagay. Oh, there's Ahmed Yazi. He was drinking again, you know? Alright, man. I don't know if you guys know, but I recently saw that they translated Star Wars into Navajo. Anyone else see this? Like 50 years later, you know? They didn't really need to do that to begin with. It's already a native story. It's like Luke doesn't know who his father is, you know? He lives with his auntie and uncle, and he made out with one of his relatives. That's a native story right there, you know? They also translated Finding Nemo into Navajo, and that's just a native guy on tax day looking for his son, you know? Have you guys seen Nemo? Dory lost him again, you know? So I was having breakfast the other day. I was having malto meal for breakfast. Anyone else have malto meal for breakfast? Didn't mean to look at the old folks, sorry guys, you know? So on the directions it says stir until you reach your desired thickness, you know? So stirring it for 4 days. The thickness I desire is a Latina woman with 3 kids from 3 different fathers. That is the thickness I desire. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and leave with this. So, let's see, where to go from here? So more about myself. I have 3 kids, all with the same woman, right? A big accomplishment on the res, dude, you know what I mean? Just like getting your master's degree or PhD, right? Costs about the same too, you know? Or just a financial aid crowd, you won't get that? That's fine, you know? It was my daughter's birthday the other day. She asked me for a Rapunzel-themed birthday. So I was like, alright. So I sent her to her room and locked the door, you know? The least I could do, right? You guys have been great. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for yourselves. Enjoy your day. Thanks, guys.
Alright, guys, let's give it up for Mr. Corey Herrera. Our next performer is Mr. Jamar Hall, who has been in the comedy scene for over a decade. Jamar can be described as a cleverly latent conversationalist who illustrates his misfortunes in a humorous storytelling fashion. Jamar has performed throughout the nation with comics like Greer Barnes, Jessica Person, Joe Torre, and Tommy Davidson. Please put your hands together for the charming Jamar Hall.
Charming. How we doing, Santa Fe? What's up? How you guys doing? I got on the show because affirmative action said I was going to sue. You guys don't get me on this lineup. Just kidding. I'm part native. I'm half Navajo. She's like, I believe it. I had a good lawyer. No, I'm half Navajo. Where my Navajo's at? We're still late. Okay. We're still showing. Oh, I got one in the back. Okay. Got in. I've been in. I see you. All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm half Navajo. I actually grew up on the Navajo reservation. I did not know I was black when I was growing up. I'm just like, I'm gonna open up. We're gonna get really just open this morning. I went to school there, and the way I found out I was black, my first day of school, the kids started calling me this word. It was like the native equivalent of the N-word. And it caught on, like the teachers, the school bus driver, the principal are calling me this word. I got excited. It was my first day. I thought it meant new kid. So I'm like, yes! I got hyped. I got home. My mom was right there waiting for me. She's like, hi, Sonny boy. How was your first day? I was like, Mom, it was awesome. I got my own nickname. She's like, well, what was it? And I told her. She's like, no! I was like, no, Mom, you don't understand. She's like, no, you don't understand. It's a bad word for black people. I'm like, I don't know why they would call me that. So she took me, she sat me down. The whole vibe was like she was telling me I was adopted. She was like, Jamar, I thought you'd be older when I had to tell you this. You're black. I was like, how did this happen? But like, change me back. It's cool though. I grew up with I know my dad, by the way. I know my dad, just so you guys know. I know who he is. He was in the home. He is one of 3 black people in the community. The other 2 were also in my house. But like people ask me, like, just because like there's not like a lot of black folks up in Farmington on the Navajo, like in the area, and they just like, how do you like interact? Like, because I got culture shock when I was younger. Like, I don't know, and they're like, well, how were you when you saw your first black person ever, Jamar? I'm like, I don't know. Hi, Dad. Like, I'm hungry. Like, but my parents are getting older. They're like in their 60s now, and you know, as your parents start to age, like all the secrets start coming out. Found out that I was an unplanned pregnancy. Any new babies? Anybody? She put her hand up. I'm gonna count that. Yeah. Okay. All right. You too. It's a sad day when you find this out. It was not, and like the way I found out though was like it all comes down to like the naming process, like how you got your name. My parents were not prepared when I was born. I'm the oldest. I have one younger brother, and I asked my dad how he got his name. He got excited. Oh, I went hiking. I drank from the fresh spring water on the mountaintop. I meditated. I hiked back down, and God blessed me with this vision. And I gave your brother his name. It's like, oh, how did I get my name? Like, I was expecting like this great story. He's like, it was day 3. They were kicking us out of the hospital. Got some Scrabble letters. Jamar. This is bad. It's really bad. But I live in Albuquerque, though. I didn't choose to live in Albuquerque. I did it how most brothers do it when they just live in a city. I got someone pregnant, so I'm stuck there. Albuquerque chose me. All right, and I try to do the right thing. Okay, I married her.